Hello, and welcome back to the Cove with more Surviving Mars Green Planet. So, let's see, where are we? We've got a shuttle heading back to Earth, making some money, that is good. Power is relatively fine. I think, yeah, that's all sorted. And we have some outsourcing going on, so yes, we are working on that dust repulsion. Looking forward to paying a little bit less in maintenance there. So, let's just double check that I have everything doing that it should be. I think this RC transport, whereabouts are you, little buddy? We're heading back down here. Yes, that's right. We have you collecting up all of these metals. So that's going to take you a few journeys. That is fine. We'll also need to pick up those at some point, but that's all good. Looks like we are still scanning an anomaly, which is rather nice. So that should mean that we should gain some extra science or potentially some new tech. But either way, I think that's good. We have our dome slowly being built back up again. The Trigon Dome. This will be very good for our research. And then I think at some point, we might end up putting in a basic dome in the middle here, and we might turn this into the educational facility, and then we can link up all of our domes and make sure that the not so crucial but yet shared necessities are still in the center. Maybe go for, yeah, we might shuffle the university over, the schooling over there, and just make things a little bit better. I think that's going to be a plan. Alright, so looks like our drones are slowly working on that, so that's fine. We won't up its priority at this stage. I think, yeah, those drones are fairly busy. These drones are fairly busy too. You know what? If we may... Actually, you know what? Yeah, I changed my mind. Let's go ahead and kick this up to high priority. Everything around here should be working just fine. But these other... I almost called them droids. These other drones will be able to probably move some stuff around so they can keep on working. I think that's not bad. Alright, so let's get that going. We do have our metals extractor working quite nicely, so we are now producing 10 metals per day, which is quite nice. That'll make up for a whole stack of our maintenance, because at the moment it looks like, yeah, we're spending just over 6 per day, which is a decent amount. Alright, well, techs are available for research. What have we got?
Of the red planet than meets the eye.
Alright, lake crafting and a meteor defense system. Ooh, okay. Well, that's good to have. We definitely do want the meteor defense system. We haven't had any of them coming around just yet, but I'm sure they will happen at some point or another. Although that is also a very pricey technology. So we may still hold off on that. I think... I think as we want to increase things, I think we're doing okay with water for now, but again, we definitely want that moisture evaporator. That's going to be important. But again, we do want those triple electric scrubbers, because that will save us many polymers and, yeah, other decent resources. So I think for now, we'll keep it where it is. Also, too, as we're building up the extra domes, we'll definitely want to... Oh, yes, the sanatorium. That will do well in the middle. Send in patients for treatment, and then they can go back to their regular domes. Yeah, and then, of course, the Hawking Institute would be nice for our new science dome. Yeah, we have a couple of good options. Maybe even rapid sleep could be very useful for only needing 1 hour of sleep. But again, these techs are so pricey. It's going to take a fair bit of time for them to be researched. So let's just see how that all goes.
Funding received.
Alright, well, it looks like our metals have made it back home, so we are now back up to another $1 billion. And we almost have another shipment ready for them. So that should be very, very good by the time they make it back. Let's just double check. We have... Yeah, we're producing 6 per day. I think we're consuming about... Let's see, produces 1 from 0.3. Ooh, okay, so that's 4 rare metals per day. That is unfortunate. But again, we are outpacing, so that's all that I care about at this stage. We also do get the passive night shift as well, so that will add to our total. Alright, so let's have a look at what we could do. If we went for a resupply, what would we want? So at the moment, we could technically open up a new... Oh no, this dome just isn't quite ready yet. I was about to say maybe we bring in a few more passengers. That may not be a bad idea. Make sure that all of these jobs are fully functioning at all times. Yeah, work a little bit better on the water reclamation system, increase the comfort, but again, we don't have... Oh, we could also fulfill these metal extractors, maybe an extra shift out here, but I think maybe we do that on the next run. So in the meantime, what have we got? We have some electronics, we have plenty of fuel, we're out producing our machine parts needs, which is fantastic, and then it's polymers. Right. So a polymer factory is probably going to go in here fairly soon. When we build up the new apartments and bring in more people, I think we'll start to produce that. But until then, let's see if there's any planetary things that we might be able to gain some good bonuses from. Alright, well, you know what? That's actually not too bad. So if we launched a satellite, we have the metals and the fuel easily enough. But if we paid for 30 electronics, we get 2 billion back in funding. So that would definitely make that worthwhile. We're not going to do any meteors at this stage. That's a little bit dangerous. And we're certainly not paying all of that for 400 science. Okay, well then, if that's the case, maybe we do go ahead and see how much 30 electronics would cost. Let's see, resupply. Let's see. Went for a cargo rocket and we paid for 30. That'll cost us 600 million. We gain back the majority of that, so that's nothing terrible. We could even maybe chuck on an extra 5 just to guarantee that we have enough for now. Let's just double check though. How much are we producing? 1.3. And we are using 1.1. Yeah, we don't have a huge surplus there. Okay, so let's see. If we're going to build up a new dome, let's just have a look and see what that will cost us. We'll definitely be needing, we'll definitely be needing a new oxygen tank, water tower, and a moxie, all of that, just to make sure that that is always survivable. Although we may not necessarily need them all the time. So that would be important. We'll definitely want a moisture evaporator to keep that up and running, but again, we might. Maybe we pay for a prefab. Yeah, that could be worth it just to save, just to guarantee that we have plenty of excess water. We'll definitely want to build up a farm in there, so that will consume a fair bit of water. So we've got one of those. I think that's about that. Let's see, what else would we need? Production-wise, I don't think it really matters for buildings there just yet. We do have a big polymer factory, but again, that's a future issue. Let's see. Dome services and things. Would there be anything that we do need? We have plenty of polymers, so that's not an issue. We could also... School, we will need to rebuild one of those, but again, we're going to try and put that in the central dome. Same with the university, so that's still quite some time off. A research lab, that will probably, we will probably want to build up that over here just because we do get better bonuses. So that will cost us at least another 5. Okay, so we do definitely want an extra 5. Outside of that, all of these are basically metals and concrete, I believe. Yeah, I think that should be relatively good. We may also need to build a security station at some point too, so we may need to get a few officers. All right, so yeah, that should be fine. Yeah, okay, so we may want to bring up a couple of extra metals. So let's set that to 35. Prefab buildings, let's go ahead and pick up the moisture evaporator. One of those should be enough. We still have plenty in excess, and we're using 2 fuel buildings, fuel refineries. So yeah, we can definitely save a little bit of water by turning off one of them. I think all in all, that's not a bad investment. We don't need... I think we still have a spare drone hub, so that's not going to be an issue. Yeah, I think that's going to be about it for now. Yeah, I think that's going to be good enough. That'll spend up a fair bit of our cash. Yeah, 4/5 of what we just earned, but that's okay. When we send off that satellite, we'll go ahead and make that money back and then some. So let's go ahead and launch that to us. That should be fine. Also, too, with the more money when it comes back in, we'll keep on outsourcing some of our science. That should be going on for a couple more days, so that won't be too bad. And that should be fairly good. So, let's see. Everything seems to be working. Yeah, plenty of money. We are getting close to our waste rock. We should definitely see about shuffling that around. No longer offering concrete for electronics. Okay, I didn't realize that that was a thing. In fact, let's go ahead and convert this to a... let's see. What do we want? Let's go to none for a second. Import resource. How much would electronics be? And then in return, what could we sell? Given that electronics are our crux of things at the moment. Let's go with some... Maybe we go for food? We're doing pretty decent as far as our food is concerned. Either that or a metals, but again, that's fairly basic. No, we'll go with metals. You never know. Someone might be interested in that. If not, oh well. We'll see how that goes. Alright, so no one was really interested on the metals. Let's go for food. We'll see how that works. Alright, so let's see. 39%. Still another day remaining on the dust repulsion. That'll certainly save us a fair bit of maintenance with our metals. We're still losing power, but that's okay. We are...
Resources are low.
Yeah, we're doing pretty well as far as our consumption is concerned. Our batteries are still fairly full, so I don't think we're really losing out on anything at this stage. A sector got scanned, so let's go ahead and keep on scanning. Let's add 6, 7, 8, and 9. Oh, and we also have the deploy an orbital probe and deep scan this sector. Okay, so I suppose we may as well get two birds with one stone here, and let's just go for these ones in the center. I think that seems relatively good. Or maybe we scan some of these further away quadrants because they take longer as we have less sensor data. Alright, so let's go ahead and do that. We'll drop one in the bottom corner, and we'll drop another one over here. Use up those probes that we've been holding onto for some time, and more anomalies. Fantastic. Okay, this is good. This is very good. Let's take the RC Explorer, and you can scan here and then down there. That will do very nicely, and that should hopefully speed up a few techs, or at least open up some better options a little bit sooner. Alright, well that is nice. And here we go. We have our rare metals up over another export limit, so it should only be a very small amount of time before we can do a few more things. We'll send off that satellite once we refuel, and we should have enough electronics. Yeah, to not just, to build up some new buildings as we need them. So that is good. Also means if for some reason any event happens and we lose a couple of people, we will have enough in store that we don't shut down. All right, so let's just check. Do we have good storages around here? We have rare metals. That's not too bad. We probably want to have a couple. It looks like they're getting fairly well build. Let's go ahead and go to a desired amount of 15. Yeah, we need... Oh, you know what? We might actually need a few more drones. Yeah, some drone printing might be a good idea for us in the future as well. Alright, well, let's see. How are our drones? They're rather heavily packed at the moment. They're still trying to figure all of this out. Looks like we have, yeah, a fair bit of concrete and some metals to go. Luckily, there are some metals nice and nearby. Concrete-wise, yeah, these guys are fine. You're still producing, it looks like. Stored concrete is okay. Waste rock is good. Actually, the waste concrete here is going... the waste rock is going to be a bit of an issue, I dare say. Yeah, well, hopefully... hopefully that continues to function for a while. Maybe at some point in the future when we get our shuttles, that'll speed up those issues, but for now, it is what it is. Let's drop our shuttle back down onto Earth, well, back onto Mars, and put our very first satellite in orbit. Alright, India's trading... Wait a second. Metals for food? Ooh. Perfect. You know what? 50 food is a fair bit, and metals are not exactly important to us. I think we ignore there. If they really want the food, I don't know. We'll let that sort itself out. Let's go ahead and set up that mission there. We have the electronics already on board. It's just going to be refueling and getting those metals. Let's get that done. Send that off, and yeah, we just need to unload 5 electronics and then refuel, and we are all good. All right, excellent. Sitting at 105 fuel, which is probably a fair decent amount more than we need. But again, I'm not too upset by this. It just means when we do open up our polymer factory, we will be able to have a nice excess. Because that will cost us some extra water.
Resources are low.
Yeah, so that'll cost us some extra water. So we may need to turn off one of those until we get that other moisture vaporator up and running. So yeah, that could be a potential issue, but I don't think we're going to be hurting. Machine parts, let's see, how's everything going here? Still making 3.8 per day, that's all well and good. Got a couple of people working in the water reclamation system.
Anomaly analyzed.
We do have... We could send one of them to the water reclamation system. That may not be the worst idea. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't really say too much. You know what? We'll leave it be for now, though. I don't think we're suffering too much at this stage. Alright. Anomalies. Creative disposition and domeless farming. Ooh. Okay. So I'm guessing that is under... terraforming. Okay. Plants edible crops at the cost of seeds. Fully grown plants are harvested for food by drones. Alright, well that's not bad. And then lake crafting. Oh, we already had that. So what was this? Oh, there we are. Creative disposition. New building of an art workshop. Okay, well that's not bad. Again, still not an issue for us right now. Let's just get these dust repulsions up and running, which I'm very keen for. Mind you, of course, it's right. We research it right as it begins the day, so we're not going to gain any benefit. But you know what? At least tonight it will be there. Alright, so there is that. Let's see. Deep metals extraction. We're getting close. We're getting close, but not quite. So let's see. We still have... yeah, the nuclear fission. Nuclear fusion. The deep scanning. So that's 2. And then that'll open up 2 more. So it'll be... yeah, out of these final 5, one of these should be the triple electric scrubbers. So let's go ahead and we should pick up something. What to go for? Tempted by the moisture farming, but again, we did pick up a prefab, so it's not as crucial an option right now. We could go for some of these better breakthroughs. I think we'd go with maybe amplification could be very nice. More output for the same amount of power, that would be good. Less sleep means that we can probably get everybody through the services more efficiently. We do have that medical center, which we will eventually want. Some extra comfort, that could also be nice. Colonists with a spire have increased morale. We do plan on having a few of those, that could be nice. But then again, so could so many good options to choose from. Alright, well, you know what? I'm going to assume that somewhere within the deep scanning or the nuclear fusion, we should be able to go ahead and find the triple electric. So we'll go for something else. I think we're going to go for maybe a amplification. That's probably best. That'll get us more concrete. That should get us more metals and produce even more with some of our machine parts and electronics, because I think we've paid for the upgrades there. So I think we'll go for that next, and we'll see how that all goes. Alright. Power is still dropping. We are slowly declining, which is probably not good. Let's go ahead and, since we have so much fuel, let's turn off one of these. We'll deactivate that. That should be okay. That puts us back in the clear. That should mean that we will start recharging our accumulators and our batteries once more. Yeah. That's, in fact, you know what? Let's see. We need another 35. Yeah, we have more fuel than what we actively need. So let's just go ahead and turn both of these off and make sure that our batteries are nice and well sustained. You know, technically we could also turn off maybe a little bit of extra water. That wouldn't be crazy. That would also be another way of saving some power. So let's go ahead and turn off a couple there. That'll put a bit more power back into the grid. So you are actively... Oh, what have we got here? Another breakthrough? Cloning. Hello, what's this? Cloning vats. Creates colonists over time. Cloned colonists grow and age twice as fast. Huh. Okay, so... I guess that guarantees that we get to keep maybe our previous perks and education. That could be rather nice. Actually, we could end up with a very interesting dome by the end of the game if we have a whole bunch of clones and some of the positronic brain bio-robots. That could be very interesting. Oh well, we'll let it be. So that was one or two of the anomalies researched. It does look like both of them. Okay, so where is our explorer? There you are, little buddy. Let's go ahead and send you home. We'll send you back over here. Hopefully, you avoid some of these dangers. Alright, and it does look like that is fine, so that's good. Let's see, was there anything else that was revealed? 29 metals. Okay. But that's not too bad. Alright, let's go ahead and see what else have we got.
Sector scan.
Rocket's going for its special project. Just need another metal and fuel, so that is fine. So that should be launching any time now. Let's see, what else have we got? As it's approaching nighttime, it looks like we're making a bit more power, which is good. Yeah, we're probably charging up more than we need. I don't think that turning all of these off, that's only, what, 15 power that we changed? And another... Okay, 45 in general. Okay. So, overnight... Yeah, we still were losing some power, but again, it's easily managed at this stage. Once we get a fusion reactor up and running and some more people, we're going to have so much power. It's going to make a few things redundant. One thing I do want to know, though, is so this building has malfunctioned, but we do get the benefit of the dust repulsors. Does that change? No. Okay, once it needs maintenance, it definitely needs maintenance. Okay, it only slows things down, so we'll let that be for now. Looks like the Trigon Dome is getting very close to finishing. So that's rather nice. I think at this point we just bring that back to a regular priority. Make sure that some of these other buildings do get attended to, because it looks like, yeah, having the diner down is not good. We've also, yeah, losing on the amphitheater. Let's make sure that the all of the interior buildings are set to highest priority. That way we're not losing out. Oh yeah, look at this. Yeah, we're waiting on a machine part, which we have easy access to. Definitely need to be producing if we can, since it is such a narrow margin. Someone's not working there anymore. Okay. What's going on there? Did a scientist turn into a senior? We have a geologist and a medic. I'm not particularly sure. Alright, well, you know what? Maybe he's just late to his shift. Maybe he's, yeah, running around doing something else. Not really sure, but either way, we'll figure it out. Still making plenty of science, so I'm not too concerned. So that should be nice. Again, let's just double check. Consumption, yeah, machine electronics are just a little bit behind. So, just a little bit behind. Hang on a second. What's going on there? Oh, maybe maybe we stagnated somewhere. I don't know. We should be creating 1.2. So that does out. Oh, okay. You know what? It doesn't show the decimals. That's fair enough. Okay. We are technically good by 0.1 of an electronic. Okay. At least that's sorted out now. We don't have to worry about that. We are still in the clear. Hopefully some of these waste rocks are going to get shuffled around a little bit as soon as this is finished being built. It does look like the drones are finishing up with the last couple of concrete bits and pieces. Hopefully none of them get hit by that little dust devil there, but I think we'll be fine. Yeah, alright, so let's see. Okay, we are getting some assistance here. Yeah, waste rock is, there's still a little bit of extra room there, which is nice. So we don't have to worry about that just yet. So we'll get that sorted. We probably need, let's see. Accumulator is going back up. Once it gets up to maximum, I think we'll go ahead and re-enable some of our buildings. But for now, I think that should be fine. Yeah, I just really want to get that dome up and done. Also really would love our... Oh, wait a second. Our caravel. It's taking 3 days. Oh my goodness. Okay, I did not realize that that project was quite as long running as I... Yeah, I did not check the timing on that. Okay, so that's going to take us a bit. We'll definitely have enough to zip off. In fact, we'll probably get this up and running before the applicants even have a chance of being selected. So that is nice. That will be ahead of the curve, but at the same time too, it can be a little bit annoying. Let's see, what do we do? We have these ones here. We have... You know what? I'm thinking what we might do is, I know we have a couple of universal depots down here, but what I think we're going to do, just turn off the fuel there, we might add another one just a little bit closer. Yeah, just given that there's so many for these guys to have to deal with, we'll try and make sure that their desired amount is substantial. Yeah, you know what? We'll try and make sure that this is mostly full. Yeah, I think that seems reasonable. We'll turn off the fuel. The fuel isn't necessary. Everything else can do as it pleases. But that might give us a little bit more efficiency with our drones. Also, too, if we get the drone hub upgrade, I believe it's within 3 hexes. They'll get instantly recharged, which will give them a nice little boost as well, since they'll be there for resources on the regular. Yeah, I think that's a decent idea. Alright, but either way, let's see. Dome is finally going up. That is very nice to see. And we can start planning its future. So, first things first, let's power cable from one to the other. Let's go from... Oh, you know what? I don't think it makes a huge difference. Let's just go from here to there. No? Are there limitations to how far you can make a power cable go? Apparently. Okay. That's fine. We'll zip off across here. Let's go straight over there, and then I think we go... Wait a second. Can we change placement angle? There we go. That seems a bit better. We'll tie that... Oh, maybe we do just... You know what? Let's just tie it into the power here. That'll be fine. That still creates an entire network. As far as I'm aware, there shouldn't be any extra power grids. We do have a dome without life support, but again, that's a-okay. We're not too concerned about that right now. Nobody is living there. Alright, so let's see. Let's go ahead and start building the basics, since it's not too important, but again, does need to get done. Let's build our... We'll build an apartment. We'll chuck that in the center. I think we leave this bottom dome... this bottom section here for the passageway, because we'll need to build one down here. We'll need to build across from there. In fact, if we just double check where it would take for a future dome. If we were to build a medium dome about here-ish, I believe that should be close enough. Let's just see. Passageway. It doesn't really matter where we put it for now. Yeah, we could get close enough. So as long as it's... Yeah, we could make this work. Yeah, okay, so we can make this work. We might need to shuffle around a few things, but we should be able to build one, say... Where can we build this that isn't going to cause trouble? Oh, we might need to move that power cable too. Okay, yeah, I think we should have the distance. Alright, looking at a spot, just making sure that I get this right. I think it was about there. So... We may be a tile short, but you know what? We can, we'll change the placement of those power cables. I think if that's going to be the case, let's, you know what? That's actually, oh yeah, we should probably do that before we get too, before we start building around things too much. Let's go ahead and select, come on, let's go ahead and pick up the power cable. No? Alright then, fine. I think, is it over here? Yes, salvage. Let's go ahead and we'll salvage these. Make that all disappear if we can. That'll do nicely. Alright, let's get rid of that. And then let's try that again. Let's go for power cables, and you know what? Let's just connect it down at this area here. That way it's definitely out of the way. Attached to power, that'll be fine. Power split over 3 grids, that is... Yeah, it's not ideal, but we can shuffle things around in the future. It's not going to be too bad. Oh, you know what? I think the 3 grids is this one here. The second one goes to the rare metals extractor, and then this one over there. Yeah, not realistic. Not really a severe problem. In fact, we could probably trick the game if we go ahead and just build around to there. Yeah, there we go. So that should cut down our power grids. I don't know. I think it should be fine. We'll just salvage that one little bit there. Yeah, that'll be good enough. That won't be too much of an issue. We'll go ahead and get those apartments being built. Let's see, what else could we do? We'll probably need another drone hub. Just considering what we're doing here. Let's see, where would we want to place you? put you up over here. That would cover most things, although we do lose out on a whole bunch of workable area. You know what? Maybe we go ahead and build this here. You know what? We'll get to it when we get to it. I think that's what we're going to do. Yeah. It's not a necessity right now. We do have enough of with the others, so that'll be fine. And oh, I just realized we should probably go ahead and call it here. I'll go ahead and have a bit of a think as to what we want to throw in here. Get a little bit of pre-planning sorted, and I will see you in the next one. So if you do want to see more, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It is the best way to catch all future content, and I'll see you next time. So until then, thank you for tuning in to the Leviathan Cove. This is the Leviathan, signing out.